Chapter 1, Nature and Scope of Business Economics Introduction, that is Unit 1. So, chapter overview, definition will be there. Scope, microeconomics, macroeconomics, nature as science based on microeconomics, incorporates elements of macroeconomics and art, pragmatic, normative, and basic problems are what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. Okay. So, let us start with the introduction, which is by my notes. Okay. So, economics is making choices in the presence of scarcity. Scarcity is a situation where demand is more than availability of resources or means. Decision of making process includes evaluation of feasible alternatives, rational judgment on the basis of information available, choosing most suitable alternatives. Okay. Now, economics comes from the Greek word means oikonomia. Oikonomia. Oiko means household and nomia means management. Okay, so household management, oikonomia, household management. Okay, before the 19th century it was called political economy. Okay, now for the time being, let us understand that business economics is also known as managerial economics. Okay, so business economics is also known as managerial economics. Before the 19th century it was also called political economy. Okay, now economics is the study of wealth of nation by Adam Smith. Okay, Adam Smith's book The Wealth of Nations, written in 1776, is regarded as the first modern economic books. Okay, fourth point, full name of the book is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, 1801. Now, there are certain theories. Adam Smith, Wealth of Nation; J.B. Say, Wealth; Alfred Marshall, Mankind or Welfare; Lionel Robinson, Scarcity. Now, economic activity, earnings. Activity means money, means profit or surplus. A business is an economic activity like manufacturing or sale or purchase, mining, farming, banking, insurance, transportation, etc. Business helps in transforming inputs, that is raw materials, into output, goods and services. The purpose of any economic activity is to create surplus or profits. Okay. Now, meaning of business economics. Business economics may be defined as the integration of economic theory with business practices or activities. Business economics is also known as managerial economics. Joel Dean defined business economics as the use of economic analysis to make business decisions involving the best use of an organization's scarce resources. Okay, nice. Now, economics problems are there, wants or ends, and then means and resources. Basically, economic problems are classified into two things: wants or ends, or means or resources. Wants, ends, unlimited number of wants are there, then graded, prioritized. Now, which want we have to fulfill first. Okay, that means graded, prioritized. Now, means and production, limited means are there, limited resources are there, and alternative uses are also there. So it leads to scarcity of resources. Okay, why it leads to scarcity of resources? Because we have limited resources and we have many priorities, we have many wants. Okay, we have to think which one we have to fulfill the first. Okay, now two parts of economics are there, or subject matter of economics: microeconomics or macroeconomics. Now, to understand these, we have another name. Microeconomics is price theory or slicing theory. Macroeconomics is theory of income and employment, or theory of lumping, or theory of equilibrium analysis. Now, microeconomics consists of P, that is product pricing; C, consumer behavior; F, factor pricing; E, economic condition of a section of people; B, behavior of firm; and I, L, location of industry. So PCF, EBL. PCF, EBL. Now, macroeconomics concerns with NGB, EOE, means national income and national output, general price level and interest rates; BOT, that is balance of trade; and POP, that is BOP, basically, that is BOP, not BOP. Okay, BOP means balance of payment and balance of trade. Okay, E, external values of currency; O, overall level of saving and investment. Okay, E, level of employment and economic growth. Okay, nice. Nature of business economics, that is spammment. Nature of business economics, spammment. Science, it can be science, it can be pragmatic, it can be art, it can be macro, it can be macro, it can be interdisciplinary, it can be normative, it can be theory of market and private enterprise. Nice. Now, theory, that is lines or statements. Fact, positive statement like what it is: India is overpopulated. What it is or was. Economics or science. Fact or description, simple idea or suggestion when you say that India should not be populated. Okay. Normative statement, economics or science: should be, ought to be, deciding or determining, suggestive in nature, prescriptive in nature, like rich people should be taxed more, like that. Okay, nice. So, scope of business economics, that is DIP, MRP, CR. DIP, MIP, CR. Okay. Microeconomics apply to operational or internal issues. Macroeconomics apply to environmental external issues, which is EBT, GWSS. We will be coming forward to the mnemonics in the books only. Okay. Now, There is a question, which statement differentiates between business economics from economics? It is abstract in nature, it is narrow concept than economics, it is different from economics, it is pragmatic in nature. Pragmatic means practical, so this will be the answer. Okay, nice. Now, let us come towards the book. So, what is business all about? We have read it. What is economics? Economics owes the Greek word oikonomia, which we know it. Okay, an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations, 1776. Okay, now fundamental facts are there. Human beings have unlimited wants and the means to satisfy these unlimited wants are relatively scarce from form of matter of economics. Okay, basically the study of economics will enable us to develop an analytical approach that helps us in understanding and analyzing a wide range of economic issues. So economic problems are there, basically ends and means. Ends means wants, means resources, ends unlimited number, graded, prioritized. Now means limited alternative uses. Now these three conditions leads to scarcity of resources, and this one also leads to scarcity of resources. Business economics ka matlab what it is. Now there's a story given over here that okay, so business economics is also known as managerial economics. I have already told you definitions of business economics. Business economics may be defined as the use of economic analysis to make business decisions involving the best use of an organization's scarce resources. It is also known as managerial economics. Joel Dean defined business economics in the terms of use of economic analysis in the formulation of business policies. Business economics is essentially a component of applied economics, as it includes application of selected quantitative techniques such as linear economics, as it includes application of I'm repeating it. Okay. Business economics is essentially a component of applied economics, as it includes application of selected quantitative techniques such as linear programming, regression analysis, capital budgeting, break-even analysis, and cost analysis. Now, these are the terms of numericals. Okay. Our approach in this text is to focus on the heart of business economics, microeconomic theory of behavior of consumers, firms in competitive and non-competitive markets. This theory provides managers with a basic framework of how business decisions align with their firm's rights. Nature of business economics, I told you, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Now this one, PCF EBL, that is product pricing, consumer behavior, factor pricing, the economic conditions of a section of people, behavior of firms, and location of industry. Macroeconomics was NGB EOE, that is national income and national output, the general price level and interest rates, balance of trade and balance of payment, external value of currency, the overall level of savings and investment, and the level of output and rate of economic growth. Nature of business economics is science experiment. It is a science because of cause and effect relationship. It is microeconomics, means divided into individual firms. Okay, now incorporates elements of macroeconomic analysis. Okay, because it does not operate in a vacuum. Business economics is also an art. It involves practical application of rules and principles for attainment of set objectives. Nice. Use of theory of markets and private enterprises. Pragmatic means practical in nature. It is microeconomics is abstract, means imaginary, but and purely theoretical and analysis. But what else we have to focus? The macroeconomics is what? It is in real life. Okay, it is not abstract. Okay. Now, pragmatic basically means practical. Okay. Now, business economics is pragmatic. Pragmatic means practical. Okay, it is practical. Interdisciplinary in nature. Business economics is interdisciplinary in nature, as it incorporates tools from other disciplines such as mathematics, operations, research, management theory, accounting, marketing, finance, statistics, and econometrics. Nice. Normative in nature. Normative means positive and normative. Positive as it is. Normative means what should be. Suggestion. You are giving what? Suggestion or opinion. Economic theory. Okay. So welfare considerations embedded normative. Okay. So what should be basically? Scope of business economics. Internal issues or operational issues, this can be solved using microeconomics. External issues or environmental issues, this can be solved by macroeconomics. Okay. Now DIP, MRP, CR by microeconomics. Demand analysis and forecasting, production and cost analysis, inventory management, market structure and pricing policies, resource allocation, theory of capital and investment decision, profit analysis, risk and uncertainty analysis. Now macroeconomics or external environmental issues will be EBT, GWSS, that is the type of economic system, stage of business cycle, the general trends in national income, employment, prices, saving and investment, government's economic policies like industrial policy, competition policy and fiscal policy, foreign trade policy and globalization policies, working of central banks and financial sector and capital markets and their regulation, socio-economic organizations like trade unions, producer and consumer union and cooperatives, social and political environment. Okay. Now what is the difference between economics and business economics? Economics is narrow in term. Business economics is wider in term. Let us see if I am wrong or right. Okay. So meaning, character, main task, nature, scope, branches, and we have something else concerned with analysis, involved, concentration, validity, assumptions. Okay, nice. So MCMN, SB, CA, CV. Okay, let's see. MCMN, SB, CA, CV. Meaning, economics involves the framing of economic principles to solve economic problems. Business economics involves the application of economic principles to solve economic problems. Character of microeconomics as well as macroeconomics in character. Business economics, microeconomics in character. Main task, fulfillment of needs of individuals as well as entities. Main task of business economics, proper decision making in the particular business entity. Nature of economics, positive as well as normative in nature. But business economics is normative in nature. Scope, economics wider. Business economics, comparatively narrower scope. Branches, economics, business economics as well as applied branch. Business economics, applied branch of economics means what? It is the applied branch of economics, means it is derived from the economics. Okay. Now concerns with economics, all theories from production to consumption including distribution. Nice. Now business economics is concerned with only profit theory, ignoring other theories. Okay. Analysis involved in economics, analysis of macro level issues like growth, inflation and employment, that is, and micro. But business economics, analysis of micro level issues like demand, supply and profit. Concentration, it concentrates only on the economic aspects of any business problem, that is economics. It concentrates on both economic as well as non-economic aspects of any business problem. Okay, so business economics concentrates on both economic as well as non-economic aspects of any business problem. Now validity and assumptions. Economics is based on certain assumptions, and business economics, some assumptions become invalid when applied. Okay. Now, this is the summary. Okay. We have unit 2. We will cover it later. So, bye-bye.